Do not start loving the promise more than you love the promise giver. As a parent or as a TT, because that's what I am, you enjoy, buying your child or your niece and nephew gifts, right? And when you buy them that gift and you see them playing with it and enjoying it, you would love to see that, right? That makes you happy, right? You love to make them happy. So let's just say you get them a toy and they can play with this toy, however long or whenever they want to play with it. But it's time to take a bath. And taking a bath is mandatory. You got to clean that behind, okay? And so you didn't call their name 3, 4, 5 times and they are not listening because they are so fixated on that toy. They can't hear nothing else. They can't see nothing else. They're not worried about nothing or nobody else but that new toy that you got them. You about to take that toy right back because yes, you got it for them and yes, it made you happy to see them happy. But when it's time to do certain things that are mandatory, that is expected of them, everybody got to get in that tub and they're not doing it, you're going to take that toy away because now it has become a distraction. And that's exactly what God does to us because we are his children, right? And he blesses us with toys. He blesses us with the desires of our heart. He gives us the promises that he promised us, right? But we start to love the promise more than the promise keeper, which is a problem because then it becomes a distraction. Then he like, wait, hold on. You loving this so much. What about me? I done called your name 3, 4, 5 times and you're not listening. So it really be our fault when he snatched that thing back. Does it change the fact that he loves you? No, he still loves you. Yeah, we may cry and throw a fit just like, your child, niece, and nephew because we took the toy away. But we're doing it for their good. We have to do whatever God is telling us to do. We have to stay faithful to him even after the promise is given, even after you make it to the promised land. Because like I said, if a child is ignoring you, playing with that same toy that you got them, how do you feel? Disrespected. So how do you think God feels after you cut him off, after he didn't gave you what you wanted? Disrespected. And I was just watching a sermon, Pastor Omar on YouTube. Please go look him up. He's great. Talking about Abraham and Sarah and how Sarah loved Isaac too much. It talks about it in the book of Jasher that even Sarah said that her soul is and Isaac's soul was bound together. And you're not supposed to be bound to nobody but God. Even though they waited forever for Isaac, you still are not supposed to love anything or anybody above God. And so God told Abraham to give your son as a sacrifice. And I grew up in church and I've heard this story before, and they always try to make it seem like Isaac was a child, but he was a grown man. Like Pastor Omar said, he was 37 years old. And she was still treating him like a child. And so Abraham, he lied. And instead of telling Sarah the truth, God told me to sacrifice Isaac. He lied and told Sarah that he was going to take him to some friend's house so he can learn the ways of the Lord. And Sarah said, okay, but don't take him too far and not for too long, because my soul is bound within his soul. And it says that Sarah gave instructions to Isaac all night until the morning. And she was embracing him and kissing him. And then after she talked Isaac's head off until the morning, she then gave Abraham instructions like that's not his son too. And she told Abraham, if he's hungry, give him bread. If he's thirsty, give him water to drink. And don't let him stay in the sun too long. And da-da-da. This is a 37-year-old man talking to Abraham like he don't know what he doing with his son. And then it says she dressed him. What 37-year-old man is still got their mama picking out his clothes and then dressing him? And so today's time, we got some of those mothers today where they think their son is their spouse, or they treat their son like it's their spouse. But anyway, she doing all this and that and the third. And then in the end, if you know, God, when it comes down to Abraham about to sacrifice Isaac, God provides a ram so he doesn't have to sacrifice his son. So it was all just a test to see, do you love the promise more than you love me? And Abraham passed the test. But y'all should really go to YouTube, and his YouTube channel is called School of Hebrews, and it's Pastor Omar. And the title is God Over Blessing. And it is just so great. And it really goes into detail. And it's just, he's a pastor, so he can probably say it better than I did. But the point of this video is to say that, because I know God is going to give me my promises. I don't know about y'all, but I know God's going to give me my promises. And I just believe and feel that 2025 is going to hit different. I've been saying that. And especially for the ones who've been obedient and the ones who've, been in the face of God and been listening to him, no matter how bad it hurt, we're about to reap our harvest. But he wants us to remember, do not start loving that promise more than you love me, because he doesn't want to take it, but he will. Amen. Amen.